Hi everybody, Jen Quammen here. Just wanted to share with you that the AVMA House of Delegates will be meeting in January of 2025, and they have currently 8 resolutions that are listed for them to potentially review. 3 for sure will be reviewed because they were submitted within that 70-day window prior to the House meeting, and that includes Resolution 1, which is about rules for AVMA officer election campaigning, Resolution 2, which is around evidence-based biosecurity, Resolution 3, which is a new policy around endorsing research, production, and sales of cellular agriculture animal protein products for food. That is a mouthful, but it'll be an interesting conversation. There are 5 other resolutions, resolutions 4 through 8, and the way these are numbered is just in order that they are received by the Office of the Executive Vice President. And those include policies around removal of antlers or velveting, annual membership dues increase for AVMA, a policy around complementary, alternative, and integrative medicine, a policy about license by endorsement. So this is for individuals who may be licensed in one state and wanting to gain licensure in another jurisdiction. And there's a revised policy on guidelines for pet ownership. So those 5 that need the waiver of prior notification will be discussed, at least initially, on the first day that the House meets, and essentially they will have to receive a waiver by the body of the House of Delegates to be further discussed that day and the following day. So we'll see. Generally speaking, in years past, most things that have had waiver of prior notice have been able to move through unless there's super contentious conversations. And there are some conversations here of contention, particularly the potential membership dues increase. I think that will bring and garner some discussion for sure. So those are the resolutions that are in front of the House. There are also 2 VIF, or Veterinary Information Forum topics, and those include the current status of accreditation in veterinary education. And so the credentialing or accrediting body that we have for veterinary education in the US and beyond, quite honestly, is the COE, the Council on Education, which is sort of a component of AVMA. There's some changes or potential changes on the horizon, and so I think this is an open forum discussion to kind of learn what things are on people's minds in practice and out in the real world of vet med, whether you're in private practice, public practice, research, industry, academia. We want to know sort of what the thoughts are, or the House wants to know what your thoughts are around accreditation in veterinary education. So for those of you that have potential new veterinary schools or proposed new veterinary schools, or don't have a veterinary school, you might be perking your ear up and being a little bit interested in this conversation. The other VIF topic is on supporting rural veterinarians, and that's a really broad topic as well, but my anticipation is that this will be a discussion around what sort of tools or what sort of products or resources can AVMA produce or help to advocate for in Washington, D.C. for those individuals who are working in rural settings. And this doesn't just mean large and mixed animal practitioners. So those are all really interesting topics. If you have thoughts on any of them, please drop them here. If you don't know how to find your delegate, which is the person that will be administering a vote on your organization's behalf, please let me know and I can show you how to find your delegate. It's actually not that hard, but just wanted to say these are the things coming up in January. If you're going to be there, please be involved in paying attention to the conversation. If you are not going to be there, please make sure to get your perspective shared with your delegate ahead of time, and I would recommend you do that at least by the first of the year, so that they've got an 8 or 9 day window to kind of think about that before the actual House winter session occurs. So those are the things coming up at the winter session of the AVMA HOD. I'll be there. I hope to see many of you there, and these will be really interesting conversations to follow now and as we move forward. So looking forward to the discussions and lots of fruitful outcomes.